Lights out! Now you want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts.
Well, hello, everybody. What's happening? Get in there. How's everybody doing? It is Wednesday. It's Hump Day, October 20th. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Everybody doing good out there? What is happening? Woo. We got Marco Man here. Good to see you, Music Man. We got some men. We got some mans in here. Mr. Fear Jason, good to see ya. Could Ruby Rose be the key to dismantling the corrupt? Yeah, is she the key? Is she the key? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Eric. Hello there, Alakazu. Abel, good to see you. Have I watched the Chucky series? I have not. I kind of find it weird, though, that it's on TV. It's not streaming. You would think that they'd want to have it full-on R-rated, right? I hear good things, though. I do hear good things, so... I mean, I would probably check it out. I like the Chucky series, but, you know, I watched the new one that came out. What's going on, Jesse? We got Selena Kyles here. Oh, my God, watch out. What's going on, Mr. Claytalian? We got Rowdy also here. Here we go. That's right. Love the intro riff. Yeah. Yeah. That thing shouldn't be vibing. Excellent on my end. That's good. Glad that's the case. Let's go, Brandon. It's Wednesday. It definitely is. What is cracking, everybody? We got Drift here. How about them Astros? Don't rule them out at all. I mean, seriously, man. Don't rule them out. They're just killing the Bo Sox now. And you know who else is losing? The Dodgers. Where's Jose at? Is he, Oh, there he is. Sorry. Sadly, I still have a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to, yeah, that's the thing. It's R-rated. Are you talking about Matrix? I almost said Resolutions, Resurrections. Yeah, that's gonna be rated R. Yeah, fighting the flu. Oh man, hope you feel better, Surge. Hope you feel better. Boo! I know. What's up with your socks, man? I was like, hey. Come on, beat those Astros. But man, these freaking Astros just can't be beat. It seems like. What's going on, Paul Smith? I have not seen it yet. I want to see it, but sadly, I have not seen it yet. So I don't know. Hopefully, I could see it. But I mean, I'm gonna be seeing Dune tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to see Last Duel. Probably when it shows up on a streaming service, sadly. So, and we got Mama Film Junkie. Hi, Mom. How's it going? How about them Dodgers? Sorry. I had to. What could I say? Yeah, freaking Astros. I tell you, I know those Astros just cannot be. They cannot be dealt with, it seems. You know, everybody wants to see them lose, but they just power through, sadly. But anyways, guys, thank you for clicking in as per usual. Of course, smash that like, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribed. Of course, I got the join button if you want to be a member. Patreon's right up there. Do a Patreon stream probably this weekend. And, of course, merchandise down below, like this shirt right here. Hey, I'm wearing one of the shirts they just scored another run there. Shit. Oh, man, this is crazy. 4-0 Braves. Interesting. But, yes, Film Junkie Closet. Got this shirt down below with that lovely 89 bat logo down there. So, you're doing all that. What's going on? We got Comic Book Indonesia going on right here. That's cool. Good to see you. Yes, Miss Pena. Fucking Dodgers. What can you do? But anyways, guys, yes, we'll be talking about, of course, the Ruby Rose allegations that was just like, what the fuck? And we'll talk about some DC fandom. I'm trying to be a weatherman right now. So I got the main 4 topics, you know. I put them right here for you. Put them right there for you. Well, we got like a weird line right there. We'll talk about the Green Lantern. Everybody's been wondering about what's happening with that Green Lantern show. Well, we finally got somewhat of an answer. And then, of course, there's a rumor about Birds of Prey, the sequel. What is happening? But, yeah, so that's what we'll be talking about tonight, as well as many other things. Who's on first, right? Yep, that's a new rumor that was floating around out there. So, yep. Yeah, definitely. It's floating around out there. Yeah. What's going on, Andre? How you doing? Hey. Whoop. We got James right here, too. Just chilling, just talking, just doing all the stuff while the Dodger game is on. That's pretty much it. So let's get nuts. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see, right? All right. Go ahead, shut that down. We'll get to it. Let's get to the tweets. Oh, fly ball. It's caught. Don't worry. We're good. You're good. What's going on with Urias, man? I thought he was like your star pitcher. What's going on? Jeez. Hey, you know what? It's what's going on, Snake? Good to see you. I would normally root for the Dodgers, but after that series, though, I'm a little, bad taste in the mouth. What could I say? Just a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth after it came to that. Even though, Anyways, let's not talk about it. Let's go to the tweets, huh? All right, let's see what happened in the Twitter world today. Okay, we got all of that. Hey, look at this, guys. So HBO Max, Caribbean, might have to call the fire department because the top 10 list is hot. Top 10 list, you say, in HBO Max. See, this is what I love. I love seeing this. I love the fact that Malignant is number 1, first off, because that movie is just going to become a goddamn cult classic, which I love because I thought the movie was fantastic. And the fact that, of course, Young Justice being premiered on HBO Max is number 2. We got even Flashpoint. People want to know about the Flashpoint paradox, so that's pretty cool as well. And then, of course, we could see up there that Zack Snyder's Justice League, after how many months now? It's been a few months. Still in the top 10. Okay? And then, of course, all the people that keep on wanting to hate on the Suicide Squad, it's still doing pretty damn well when it comes to streaming, okay? Yeah, it didn't do well at the box office. The R-rated, the super hard R-rated CBM during a pandemic didn't do that well at the box office, yes. But it is in the top 10 still when it comes to streaming on HBO Max. But yeah, this was tweeted out right here. Thought it was great. The biggest thing, though, is that number 7 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's right. Still doing well. Still doing very well. So it's always good. You love to see it. You definitely love to see it. So let's see. Colin Farrell. This is what's funny right here. I actually like this comparison because, yeah, obviously, Colin Farrell is a good-looking dude. So a lot of people are like, what the hell? Are we going to get a penguin that looks like this? But no, we got the penguin that looks like this, which is great. Hey, hold on there, sweetheart. It's great. Unrecognizable. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, because a lot of people, I remember when we had no idea what was Colin Farrell going to look like, and we did not expect them to go this hard when it comes to the makeup and the prosthetics and everything. So it's just cool. I like that. And Jason Momoa, careful, man. Careful. Jason Momoa confirms he was injured while filming Aquaman 2. I'm getting old. You're getting old. Come on. I messed up my eyes. I just got something in it that kind of cut it up. And then I've got to get surgery. I have a hernia. I've got ribs out. I'm just getting beat up. So apparently Jason Momoa is having quite a time for Aquaman 2. I mean, Jesus Christ. Relax there, bud. Let the stuntman do some stuff. I get it. I don't know. But apparently, yeah, he's going to have surgery on his eye. That sucks. He has a hernia, and he's got some ribs that are kind of just like out of place, I guess. That sounds pretty damn painful. Namaste there. Sakuraji. I'm probably saying your name wrong. I apologize. But, yes. So careful, Jason Momoa. My God. Jeez. Such great makeup, right? But hopefully he'll be okay. Every time I see this, this always cracks me up. I love this, I mean, they grow up so fast, don't they? And the fact that he put a hat and he buckles up his dog in his truck, I think that's fantastic. I love it. It's funny. Anyways, I always see that. But and then we got Charlie Cox right here. Charlie Cox on someone else being cast. I would go down into my basement. I would find my Daredevil mask and then hunt them down. I'd make them fight me for it. So he still wants to play Daredevil. But he also stated that he kind of worries that if he continues it, will it take away from what was already there? He also mentioned that too. So, so he is a little worried. He's worried about somebody taking over Daredevil, but he's also worried. He's also, I think, a little bit worried too about continuing Daredevil. And we don't know for sure if that's happening yet. We're suspecting that, of course. So there was a rumor out there. There's a big rumor out there that, yes, they are in fact going to be doing another season. It's going to be interesting, but I liked how he said that. He would go get his Daredevil mask. Apparently it's in his basement. You would think that he would have that displayed on on his fireplace mantle or something like that. But hey, if it's in his basement, that's fine. Speaking of badass shots, look at that. Jeez. Look at that. It's a freaking beautiful gif right there, that's for sure. And then everybody's praising it. Other actors and actresses in the DC universe are praising, of course, the Batman trailer. So right here, Gal Gadot, she talked about the trailer for the Batman. Rob Pattinson is amazing. I love his voice, and I love the whole tone of everything, and I love Zoe Kravitz. She's amazing. She's a sweetheart. She's a talented woman. So Gal Gadot is all about that trailer, as everybody is. World War Hawk. Hawk? Did I just say Hawk? I'm too busy thinking of Hawkeye. Hulk, not Hawk. Jeez. Although, maybe that would be a better title, but yes. So this has actually been trending, and it's actually been interesting. So World War Hulk is apparently slated, according to this article right here. A lot of people were talking about this. Who knows if it's true or not? Like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. Buckle up, Hulk fans. She-Hulk isn't the only Hulk-related content coming in the next few years. Okay. The GWW has learned that a Hulk movie is on the way and is currently being called World War Hulk. Yes, we are finally have a new Hulk, a new solo Hulk film in active development at Marvel Studios, and we were told it is currently slated to start production in late 2022, likely following the events of the upcoming She-Hulk series on Disney+. So they're talking about this. Do you think we're actually going to get this? I mean, there's hope, I guess. Are we actually going to get that Hulk? That we're going to go from Professor Hulk back down to hey, let's get really fucking angry again here, and let's do this story. But of course, this story it'll be like a dumbed down version of it. I mean, that's the sad part when they try to adapt these certain stories. I mean, I think what the next wave of live action CBMs, where they just don't give a shit and they're just going to be like, hey, let's just adapt these stories in and of themselves so we don't have to worry about anything else when it comes to continuity and whatnot. Because let's face it, I mean, just like how, Civil War, when we look at Captain America Civil War, I mean, you read the book, you watch the movie, there's a lot of differences. Of course there is. The basic premise, I guess you could say, is there, but overall it's the source material is way better. But I'm not saying that the movie was crap or anything like that. The movie was still good, but yeah, it's just what would they plan on doing, really? The MCU, yeah, they've already screwed up Hulk. I don't even I don't mind Professor Hulk so much. I did not like Thor Ragnarok Hulk. I didn't like him the most, but maybe they'll do something. But I know there was always that there was a fight between Universal, right? That Marvel Studios was happening when it came to Hulk, that they couldn't do a solo movie for some reason because Universal had the rights. And goddamn, it's just funny how they're still fighting about the rights. We're in 2022 going into 2020, we're in 2021 going into 2022. And, Marvel, the biggest fucking studio out there, is still having to fight for the rights to their characters. Not to party, but for their characters. Same, Dave. Yeah. I'm not a fan of what they did with Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. Definitely not a fan. I'm just not a fan of the movie overall. So, but anyways, hey, if they could pull something off, cool. But at the same time, I'm not really putting any kind of, is that going to be, that's a huge grain of salt right there. And even if it does happen, I'm not just going, okay, well, how's the movie going to be? Is it just going to be another Thor Ragnarok? Probably. So if that's the case, whatever. We'll see. I guess I'll check out She-Hulk, see what that's like. And if it does set it up, cool. We'll see what happens. Maybe they could get pretty creative with it. Who knows? Just no more Hulk ass like there was in Ragnarok. Anyways, of course, talk about that. This is what's happening, folks. Look at this. Look at this.
You kidding me? Oh my God.
Look at that.
My grandma in the fucking ankle, punch my mama in the knee, sucker punch my stepdaddy in the chin, break my little brother nose. What the fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Look at this. They're going to rise. The machines are going to rise.
You kidding me? Oh my God.
Saw this video and it's like, yep. I mean, we're going to get to the point where we're actually going to be like in an iRobot situation where robots are going to be walking among us. It's going to be weird. I mean, there's already like interesting stuff that's already out there when it comes to technology. But yeah, that right there, pretty freaky. Pretty freaky to see that. I thought it was fake at first, but I'm just kind of going like, I don't know. I don't think that's fake. Yeah. And, you know, this guy, this guy's already kind of have a limp. Or this guy right here has a limp. I'm wondering if he, I wonder if he ended up, kicking one of these guys. I mean, that's just creepy right there, man. If you saw that episode of Black Mirror that had to do with one of those, I mean, my God. Yeah, that's just what's going on. Jeez. Transformers Rise of the Beast has finished filming, confirms director Stephen Caple Jr. Caple posted a picture of himself in the cab of the Gen 1 Optimus Prime to celebrate. So there you go, guys. We will soon be having a trailer for the next Transformers movie, which I'm curious to see. We're not in the Bay universe of Transformers anymore, so it's kind of curious to see like where they actually take the franchise. Like I said, when it came to Bumblebee, did not really like Bumblebee all that much, but loved the beginning and wanted a full movie of that. Can we get that? That's what we should have right there. The rest of the movie was kind of crappy. And, hey, Mighty Pegasus, man, Mr. Victor Koo, man. Zack Snyder posting this. It was a good day and posted that. He even took a picture where Jared Leto, where all the returning cast for the apocalyptic scene, for the nightmare scene for Zack Snyder's Justice League, he got to take a picture himself. So that's pretty cool. Congratulations to him. Nice little shout out. Pretty awesome stuff. We were all very jealous of you, sir. Very jealous, but well-deserved because he does great art. I have, of course, his Dark Side art on my wall right there, so congrats to him. Snoop Dogg apparently is summoning his inner Mandalorian right here. Not sure exactly what this is for. Of course, he's smoking right there. That's what you do when you're about to, when you're going to pilot a spaceship. You smoke a blunt. Why not? So that's pretty cool. And secret's out. Seth Rogen is actually George Lucas. You didn't know that. Now you know that. Interesting, right? Yeah, just trying to create a new Star Wars. I don't know. Lucasfilm. There you go. And there you go. All right. We'll be talking about that, of course. Hey, and according to Recount right here, guys, Squid Game proved that shows don't have to feature an all-white cast to be successful. So now we know. We know because all the other shows out there that are successful has a purely all-white cast, apparently. But Squid Game proved that if you have an all-Korean cast, yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But that was just a really stupid, really? Like when was I'm trying to remember like a show that had entirely an all-white cast. It's really not what happens anymore. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting who the fuck wrote that. So anyways, let's just say that, hey, Squid Game was great. Do we have to get into the whole race and everything like that? I mean, it's very much almost like a Black Panther situation. Remember when they said oh my God, Black Panther is going to be so diverse? Not really. When 90% of the cast is one specific race, that's not diverse. But who cares? Who cares? Exactly, right? But yeah, it's just kind of funny. Oh, what's going on in there? Guy Poor Garza? What? All right. And then we got Tom Hardy posting some, he's ready to snack on that Spidey guy, that Spidey kid, right? So he's posting some more art right there. Tom Hardy, having some fun with that. And then we got, we'll talk about that. And then we got Vanessa Hudgens. She talks about her character coming up in the Army of the Dead, the Lost Vegas prequel anime that's coming out. She said, Zack wanted me to stay pretty true to myself. We didn't really want me to put on a voice. He said that a certain piece of me is very similar to the character, so just lean into that specific aspect of myself and just have fun. He's still like a big kid, so when I'm around him or working with him, it's just very easy. It's just very easy just to have fun. Yeah, you know, for some reason, when it comes to working with Zack Snyder, nobody complains. Specifically, you know, the women they don't complain. As opposed with other directors and stuff that we'll be talking about, of course, in this show. Seems like when it comes to Zack Snyder, everybody has a good time. It's just funny how that is, right? Funny how that is. Unconfirmed. We've learned another tidbit from the Flash movie. In the film, when Barry meets another version of himself, he jokingly calls that Barry Bartholomew, which makes sense. And I thought this was a pretty cool edit right there. Both the Flashes, Step Barrys. Yeah, that's right. Ezra Miller, Barry, and Bartholomew. It's a cool little edit. I like that. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Emily Blunt. So we're going to get some Emily Blunt and Christopher Nolan. She's in talks, but come on. Are you going to really pass up working with Christopher Nolan on a biopic? But yes, apparently she's going to be co-starring opposite of Cillian Murphy for the Oppenheimer movie. She's going to play his wife right here. So it says right here, exclusive. It would be the first major piece of casting since officially confirming Oppenheimer will be the next film. Christopher Nolan looks to have found Cillian Murphy, a co-star, to join him in what is believed to be an all-star ensemble. Sources tell Deadline that Emily Blunt is in talks to join Murphy in the Universal tentpole that Nolan will write and direct. Sources say she will play the wife of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the scientist who ran the Manhattan Project that led to the invention of the atomic bomb. The film will bow on July 21st, 2023, a slot typically saved for Nolan films in the past. It's nice that he actually has a spot in the summer blockbuster season. That's how much, respect, I guess you could say, in the industry, even though, there was a little bit of tension that happened last year that Christopher Nolan actually has. But there you go, guys. Emily Blunt might be joining the movie right there. In talks, not confirmed yet. I saw anytime it's in talks, and then all of a sudden you'll see other posts that say, oh yeah, she has the role. But as far as I could tell, there hasn't really been a full-on confirmation, but she's most likely. I mean, come on, why wouldn't she want to do that? And if it's going to be I love how it's going to be, it says it's going to be an all-star ensemble, so it's going to be interesting to see who fits some of the other roles when it comes to this movie. But hey, I love me some Emily Blunt. That's right. Emily Blunt. She's got a great last name, doesn't she? Snoop Dogg would agree. That's right. Anyways, and then, speaking of other DC actors promoting the Batman trailer, we got, of course, Jason Momoa. He said, Batman trailer, so proud of you, Zozo Bear. Talking about Zoe Kravitz, of course. Can't wait to see this movie. And then, of course, he gives praise to the cinematographer, director of photography, Greg Fraser. You killed it, because obviously he's doing Dune as well, which cannot wait to see on that big, huge IMAX screen tomorrow. So, yes, Jason Momoa also giving praise to the Batman as well. And, of course, we'll be talking about that. I love this. I love it when people put the Paddington Bear in, like, random shots from a movie. I mean, it always just cracks me up every time I see this on my timeline. So, yeah, they just randomly put him like anywhere, Paddington somewhere, anywhere. And yeah, damn those Astros. Just a reminder, guys, that hey, that Mother Nature literally has like bombs all over the world that could just go off at any moment. Okay, just remember, put that in perspective, that Mother Nature can just be like, all right, let's just blow up right here. Okay, so I know right now, like, the biggest thing is, oh my God, Dave Chappelle said some mean things. Even though if you actually watched the fucking special and you watched that last story that he had, it was very heartwarming and he had a good point. And these people who are doing the walkout are, in fact, proving his point. But let's just put things in perspective. Things are kind of crappy right now, you know. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. We got some shortages that are happening when it comes to, you know, supply shortages that are happening. But hey, Dave Chappelle must be stopped. Of course. Jesus Christ. Yeah, our economy is going to shit. But hey, Dave Chappelle needs to be stopped. Right? And hey, Dwayne Johnson. Good to Mr. Marr right here. Movies that mar. He put, what the fuck is a Shazam going to do, LOL? And Dwayne Johnson said, not a fucking thing. So, yeah, we're kind of wondering, what the hell are they actually going to do? Who knows? Who knows? But it's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy right there. Not going to be easy. Yeah. Don't cancel Dave Chappelle. Cancel me. Okay? If you're going to cancel Dave, cancel me. Okay, I'm perfectly okay with being canceled. You can't cancel that guy. You can't. Yeah, I was seeing some of that stuff today, and I'm just like, really? I mean, what is going on with this world? This world, I mean, we got some stuff that's happening that, you know, actual stuff. I mean, the stuff, remember the Afghanistan stuff? Remember that? Remember how there were people that were left there, and it's gotten pretty bad over there? Yeah, nobody talks about that. It's Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle said some offensive jokes. You know? So that's what everybody's talking about. You know? Hey, you know, we got another actress, which we're going to talk about right now. You know, she's talking about a toxic environment on set. But hey, Dave Chappelle said some offensive jokes. It's just annoying. Just annoying. So let's talk about that first topic right now, which is Ruby Rose. Whoops. Turn that one off too. Ruby Rose. All right. So this was just kind of came out of nowhere. We were kind of wondering about this because when we heard that she was walking away, I thought the show was doomed. I think a lot of us thought the show was doomed. You know, we kept hearing that the ratings were not that great, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, Hannah, the main actress, is just going to walk away, you know, and then, of course, got a new actress, and apparently she's doing pretty well when it comes to this, when it comes to Batwoman. I don't know. Like I said, CW shows, I've fallen off. I don't really watch them anymore, but, you know, when it came out that Ruby Rose that she's not going to be playing Miss Kane anymore. She's not going to be playing Batwoman anymore. A lot of us kind of went like, well, I mean, is it because she just didn't want to do it anymore? It's like she's just difficult to work with. There was a lot of stories that actually kind of said that, but now she came out today and posted on her Instagram speaking her side of it. So let's talk about that right now because that's what everybody was pretty much talking about. All right, so I'm just going to use the screenshots that were posted right here. So here we go. That's right. All right, so let's see. Dear, hold on a sec. Let me, boop, boop, boop. All right, there we go. Sorry, I had to do that real quick. All right, so Ruby Rose posted this right here. Dear CW, Carolyn Dries, who apparently has her Twitter in private mode right now, just to say. I don't know why she wrote this in cursive. It makes it a little more difficult to eat. Berlanti, okay, she's just summoning these people at CW. Enough is enough. I'm going to tell the whole world what really happened on that set. Peter Roth, this is who she's really calling out right here, of course. Who was once WB president, TV president right here. You are first up. You are chapter 1. Not sure if you left after getting promoted to the highest position because you just couldn't stop making young women steam your pants around your crotch while you were still wearing said pants. Or if you left after putting a private investigator on me who you fired as soon as the report didn't fit your narrative. Either way, when it comes to you, there's already an army waiting for you. Wow. How does one... that doesn't seem like that would be fun. Get your pants steamed while they're on? Wouldn't that hurt? That would kind of... I'd be afraid to burn my junk. You know, still steam. That's not the way to do things. That's interesting. If that's what he was into, interesting. But I just found that part like, really? Why would you want to get your pants steamed while they're still on? Ouch. You're going to burn your junk, man. That's crazy. It's insane. It's insane. But hey, whatever. I mean, this guy, is that how he gets his jollies off? That's interesting. Right here, she goes, cut to 3 weeks later after this video. It's worse than abnormal. This was diagnosed years ago on set, but if I got an x-ray, we wouldn't make I don't even know what that even says right there, because again, I don't know why she did this in cursive. It says wouldn't make our day. I guess that's what it says. I have documented this for years. So she documents like what is going on with her body. On top of that, I have enough documentation to make a 1-hour documentary. Pray tell, what else would you like me to share? The broken neck or the broken rib split in two, and the tumor. So she got a tumor as well. So some health issues definitely happening with Ruby Rose. To everyone who said I was too stiff on Batwoman, imagine going back to work 10 days after this. 10 days after being in the hospital and doing all this. Or the whole crew and cast would be fired, and I'd let everyone down because Peter Ross said he would recast, and I just lost the studio's millions. So basically, she's claiming that Peter Roth said, like, hey, you got to return as soon as possible after all this, or the whole cast and crew is going to be fired, and you're going to lose the whole studio millions. You know, that little ultimatum thing, kind of thing. By getting injured on his set. That is, be the one who cast so many people their jobs instead of spending half a day to rewrite me out for a few weeks to heal. So he didn't do that instead. And thank you, Michael, for the super chat. It says, just letting you know you are the YouTube king. Thank you, sir. What were your 2 favorite trailer teasers at Fandome? Mine were, I'm with you on that. I agree wholeheartedly with you, Michael. And thank you for the super chat. Yes, those are my favorite 2 trailers right there as well. All right, so continuing on. And then she posts right here, imagine taking a huge pay cut to play a passion project and being so excited about Comic-Con and then being told they would not adjust the schedule so I could attend, but then saying, we won't announce it, you have to, and me putting my foot down and saying, why must I be the face of this? Only to be told if I didn't do this video, they would be silent and people would turn up to find out on the day I wasn't there. I folded. I wanted to do what it took, but then being told, cover your scar. We don't want to see that scar on the video. And you wonder why I posted my surgery video. Ooh, crazy. So, in closing, please, to my dear fans, stop asking if I will return to that awful show. I wouldn't return for any amount of money, nor if a gun were to my head. Nor did I quit. I did not quit. They ruined Kate Kane. I think we kind of agree with that. And they destroyed Batwoman, not me. I followed orders. And if I wanted to stay, I was going to have to sign my rights away. Any threats, any bullying tactics, or blackmail will not make me stand down. A crew member got 3rd-degree burns over his whole body, and we were given no therapy after witnessing his skin fall off his face. Jesus Christ. But I was the only one who sent him flowers and cards, and then we were told we had to do a sex scene without a minute to process. We lost 2 stunt doubles. I got cut in the face so close to my eye in a stunt I could have been blind. A woman was left quadriplegic, and they tried to blame it on her being on her phone, so much so CW didn't even help her to start with because they needed to investigate, so she had to do and GoFundMe. She's a PA. They work via phones, all that stuff. Her accident occurred because our show refused to shut down when everyone else did because of COVID. Caroline Dries has no heart and... Caroline has no heart and wanted us to finish the season throughout the pandemic, and I told her it was a bad idea. I told her everyone was too distracted, constantly checking COVID updates, checking on friends, and seeing Riverdale, The Flash, and Supergirl shut down already. I felt something bad would happen, and Caroline maybe visited the set 4 times in a year. Unheard of. But in those 4 to 5 visits, she decided she could tell me she knew my injury happened on set, so I should comply with the PI, yet later denied it entirely and said it happened during yoga, LOL. I don't do yoga. I know someone will never walk again. We shut down the next day, not because she almost killed someone, but the government pulled it. Also, I fought people on set, yes, not because I wanted to, but because I wanted safety. Ask anyone in hair and makeup what I did for them after 2 were hospitalized. The only people who came out and spoke was Doug Ray, who, talk about unprofessional, called my agent after my exit to find a way to leave, to which she replied, break your neck, I guess, yet slammed me in the press. Let's see. Doug Ray hurt a female stunt double. He hurt a female stunt double. He yelled like a little bitch at women and was a nightmare. This is Doug Ray Scott, who I believe that's the dude from the villain from Mission Impossible, who almost was Wolverine, right? He left when he wanted and arrived when he wanted. He abused women, and in turn, as a lead of a show, I sent an email out asking for a no yelling policy. They declined. I was late one time because I was in the hospital. Whoever does these stupid leaks, I'm finding out who, but it's Cameras. It's Cameras who, after I left the hospital, said, yeah, well, maybe if people were not late, we would make our days. A kid, an egomaniac kid who worked one day a week, had the audacity of the stunt department, who were furious, even though I never blamed them. But I went on Fallen and spoke of my injury and didn't play the game. Aside from them, I was loved my crew. Oh, and they wouldn't drive me to work, and I knew I couldn't legally drive after surgery. So they said, get a taxi. Ouch. Damn. So that's what's happening right there. That's Ruby Rose's statement right there. Yeah, pretty insane. Sounds pretty insane. Holy crap, right? It sounds like it was pretty toxic, pretty bad. Okay, I mean, and what's funny about all this too is, like, you know, I mean, obviously, when you hear that kind of stuff, when you hear that kind of detail, you kind of go, okay, that doesn't sound made up. And I know some people are going to be like, yeah, well, she might be bullshitting. I saw some threads that say, like, nah, a lot of people on the casting crew didn't like her, and this, that, and this. I mean, there might be a mixture of both. That's the thing. You kind of got to look at everything. You know, I always try to do that. I try to look at all the stuff that's coming in. I mean, but when I read what she had to say and, like, the specific details on things, you just kind of go like, yeah, it's a little too detailed. She was, like, making it up, you know? And then, of course, naturally, the rap, I think the rap, like, it didn't take long for the rap to, it didn't take long for the rap to actually be like, hey, you know, we all know that when it comes to Warner Brothers doing damage control, what happens? What happens when there's damage control? They always seem to go to the rap. The rap is always seems like the rap is always the one that they want to go to. Sorry, I'm trying to find it right here. Okay, it says multiple complaints. Where is it at here? I meant to pull this up. Sorry. All right, here we go. So we have a response. Let's see. Here we go. Let's find this article right here. All right. So Warner Brothers says Ruby Rose was fired from Batwoman after multiple complaints about her behavior. So this is it right here. The rap. Good old rap. At least it wasn't Scoopy Pants that did it, but it says right here, studio slams revisionist history accusations leveled by Ruby Tuesday. It says Warner Brothers TV has fired back against Batwoman star Ruby Rose's Tuesday accusations about her time working on the CW series and the abusive workplace that led her exit from the show, saying that the actress was fired after multiple complaints about her behavior. The studio said in a statement to the Wrap Wednesday, despite the revisionist history that Ruby Rose is now sharing online aimed at the producers, the cast and the crew, the network, and the studio, the truth is that Warner Brothers Television had decided not to exercise its option to engage Ruby for season 2 of Batwoman based on multiple complaints about workplace behavior that were extensively reviewed and handled privately out of respect for all concerned. Privately? We've heard this one before. We handled this. It was fine. Yeah, we know. We know how we know how WB handles their investigations, right? If it doesn't fit where we want it to fit, then we just kind of sweep it under the rug. Enough is enough. She's talking about that. Not sure. Let's see. Not sure if you left after getting promoted. They're talking about all that, of course, but that's pretty much what they've had to say about all this. In closing, this is entirely her thing. So they're basically saying that she was fired because of the way that she handled things on set. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, Ray Fisher tweeted out about it. He said, good on Ruby Rose, which, it's always good when you get that support right there, especially after what's happened this week when it comes to the Gal Gadot. When her quotes came out on LE Magazine, again, the fact that people were starting to turn on Gal, and now we're going to get more stuff that's coming out. This is what I don't like about when it comes to all this. It's like, we want to change. We want to change in these studios, right? We do. We want to change. So let's start passing this around. I mean, there's only so much we could do. The thing that we should not do is point at people, talk down to people for not doing enough. It always seems to be like that's the case. You're not doing enough. You're not using the right hashtag. You're not saying this. You're not saying that. And then when you try to do more, you're just doing it for clout. Just doing it for clout. And that's all you're doing. Just doing it for clout. Like, no, that shouldn't be the case anymore. It's like, all right, let's take all this in. Let's show support. And if we want changes to happen, hey, guess what? They're going to start happening right here. Okay? When it comes to what Gal said, what comes to what Ray said, and what Ruby said too. We want change, got to listen to them, and then take everything in and see what happens. I mean, sadly, there's only so much that we can do. We can pass it around, show the support. That's pretty much it. But stop pointing fingers at each other about certain things. I see that shit all the time. Like, oh, you're going to believe this white woman as opposed to the black man? It's like stuff like that. I'm like, that does not help. That doesn't help. Okay, please stop doing stuff like that. I hate it when people start want to inject all of that, inject either gender or race or something like that. It's like, no, we're just trying to get these toxic cancers out of these goddamn studios. Let's get them out. If we want to get them out, let's listen to what people have to say. You better believe that more people are going to be coming out. Let's hope. If there's some serious allegations on some of these people, more people should be coming out. So if all this is actually, in fact, going to be 100% true, what Ruby Rose is saying, then we're probably going to be hearing some more people coming out. I mean, that whole steaming the pants thing is weird. I kind of want an explanation of that. And really, that's just weird. One of the ladies that had to do that, come out and talk about that. Why the fuck? It's just creepy shit right there, man. It's gross. Just throws gas in the fire, yes. Leave Britney alone, yeah. So that's just the way I'm kind of looking at things, that I've been looking at things lately when it comes to everything, I just hate it when I see people just they want to, it's like they're taking sides on people coming out against studio execs. No, it should all be together, okay? Let's not be like, oh, yeah, you're going to believe her, but not. It's like, who are you talking to? Stop talking to your followers like this. I don't get this whole passive-aggressive thing that people do. They tweet out this stuff. Some of y'all just don't believe. And I'm like, first off, do you really say y'all in real life? I think most people that use y'all when they tweet don't actually use that in real life. Secondly, stop being this passive-aggressive to your followers, okay? Your followers want to follow you. I mean, yeah, there's going to be hate followers. I have hate followers. I get it. But I just don't get it when people put out tweets like that and trying to call people out for I don't know. It's just, that's the part of fandom that I'm kind of not really like. It's like everybody wants to just point fingers at people. It's like, no. Start pointing fingers. We got to point fingers at the fucking, at the studios and at the people involved at the studios, okay? I still get people it almost seems like every day, the fact that I'm still supporting the Batman or the Flash movie, that I'm part of the problem. That we're part of the problem just because I'm not supporting, I'm not going like, no, fuck Walter Hamada, fuck Emmerich, and fuck some of these other people. I'm supporting Muschietti. I'm supporting Ezra Miller. I'm supporting Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson. I'm supporting those guys. I'm not going like, yeah, I'm going to wear my WB shirt. No. That's not what we're doing here. So, anyways, just going off on a little bit right there. All right. Take a drink. It's just a LaCroix. Don't worry. I'm not boozing it up. Not yet. Wendy's French fries. Yeah. I had some Wendy's French fries over the weekend. They actually improved their recipe on that. I will say. Y'all stink. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder, like, you know, I'm like, yeah, there's internet lingo, and I'm like, but you don't really talk like that in real life. So why, you know, yeah, it's always interesting. Always poke fun at that a little bit. So, anyways, all right. DC Fandome. All right. Well, speaking of fucking Warner Brothers and all this stuff, and I know there's a lot of people that were like underwhelmed. Yeah, it was a little underwhelming. It seems like it couldn't capture the magic that was last year when it came to DC Fandome, but still, we got a great Batman trailer. We got first looks at some of the other stuff. Great, that stuff was pretty good. But at the same time, it was just like they wanted to make sure that you were gonna watch that whole thing. You were gonna have that thing running in the background. So when it comes to numbers, because when it comes to numbers, whoops. When it comes to numbers, whoops. Turn that down. Sorry. When it comes to numbers, see, I don't have the drop on here, but I still have the drop right here.
And you still can't see the numbers.
Yeah, when they got numbers, they definitely have numbers for their little fandom right here. Not for Zack Snyder's Justice League, but at least for this, right? DC Fandome 2021 pulls in 66 million global views, up threefold over last year. Warner Media's virtual fanboy conference. I love how this author called it a fanboy conference. It's interesting. Racked up 66 million global views. 66 global views, according to the studio, a number that outstrips last year's confab that drew 22 million views worldwide. The online showcase, which was held on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. PT, dropped a multitude of fresh product from Warner Brothers DC label, including, but not limited to, The Batman. We know what it all showed. So the second annual conference was available in more than 220 countries in 12 languages and in more than 50 live streams across social media platforms. Several hundred media outlets rebroadcasted the stream. The Batman trailer, which showed off the movie's villains of the Riddler, Catwoman, and the Penguin, has clocked 24 million views on YouTube since dropping Saturday. Warner Media reports that social sentiment was overwhelmingly positive, with DC Fandome trending number 1 on Twitter for 8 hours. In the U.S., DC Fandome also trended in the top 50 in 53 countries around the world. With triple the fan traffic of last year, DC Fandome 2021 exceeded all of our expectations. Said, and with the plan, Ann Sarnoff. That's right. Why didn't you talk there, Ann? Where were you guys? Huh? You didn't want to speak? You didn't want to say anything? Where's Walter? Why didn't he speak? Huh? Why did you guys, not say anything? No panels or nothing? Interesting. We continue to innovate across the company and several of our fans, and I cannot overstate the creativity and hard work that went into this highly curated global digital event. We gave fans what they wanted. Well, there's some more that we wanted. The very best of all things DC, and their engagement and response have been fantastic. We're as excited as they are to deliver on the great DC content DC Fandome highlighted. So there's Ann with the plan. Ann with the plan. You gotta love it. 66 million. It makes sense. Everybody was, let's face it, most people were just tuning in for that Batman trailer. Let's face facts. Hopefully next year, maybe, I don't know. See, the first year when they had that whole interactive, when you had the island and you had the interactive stuff, I thought that was cool. mean, they should really bring that back. The interactiveness, I thought, was lacking for sure, and it was just basically just sitting around and waiting. They didn't want to release the schedule. Why? Because they knew that everybody was wanting the Batman trailer, and they put it at the very last. Of course they did, the very last panel. So, good on them. I mean, that's how you get those 66 million views. I know there's some people that don't believe it because, you know, they hate Warner Brothers so much that they're like, yeah, bullshit. It is kind of convenient, though, that after the whole Ruby Rose thing came about, all of a sudden this information came out. It's like, uh-oh, put something else out there, huh? Put something else. Put something out there. Cover it up. Cover it up. Put it out there, okay? Okay, Ruby Rose, what are you talking about? Yeah, you know, we're good. Yeah. It is kind of interesting, right? 66 million makes sense. It was available on more play. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just on YouTube. It was on the official site. There was social media. I mean, it's all just taking all that in and doing the calculations and the analytics. So, no, it kicked ass. That means we're going to get it again, which I hope we get that every year. I hope we get DC Fandom every year. I really do. I just wish that they would actually announce things like bigger things, casting stuff, like try to treat it like how Marvel was treating Hall H. I mean, even DC, the way that they treated Hall H. I mean, the fact, like, when they would announce things, announce sequels. I mean, come on, just even thinking about Zack Snyder and Harry Lennox coming out and announcing Batman vs. Superman in Hall H like they did. Try to do that shit here. Why not? I mean, I know it's not the same because you don't have a live audience. Maybe I don't know, maybe when this pandemic starts winding down, they can have an actual place somewhere, like rent out a hall where they can actually have some of this stuff. But then, of course, live stream it as well. See, I don't get that. I mean, Comic-Con doesn't do that either. It's like, do both. Have it where people can actually be there live and then have the live streaming. That's what I would like to see. Something like that. So then you can capture that magic. Announce some castings of these movies. Announce sequels. Announce all kinds of stuff. I mean, that's what I miss. I miss that part. I miss that big time. Miss that part of like Comic-Con and whatnot. The Dodgers are threatening fucking Bellinger, man. All of a sudden his bat is hot. Yeah, not just Zoom. It's got to be make it an actual event now. I mean, I get it. I mean, but hopefully, I mean, who knows when this pandemic's going to fully wind down? But I think we're getting to a point where we can actually have indoor events, right? So let's do that. But also live stream it for the people who can't make it or people that don't want to go. Yeah, that's all. That's just my idea. But they don't listen to me. Probably because I call Walter Hamada a cocksucker. Green Lantern, okay. Finally. Because we're all kind of wondering about this, too. You would think that at DC Fandome, they would talk like, hey, this is what's coming up. Remember this Green Lantern show that we heard about? And we have a couple of cast members, maybe? I mean, we got Finn What's-His-Nuts, who's playing Guy Gardner, right? We got that. That was like pretty much, we got a couple of, I forgot the other guy who got cast too, but it was like somebody who's not very known that was going to be part of it too. But so when it comes to, and some people have asked me too, like what happened to the whole Green Lantern series? What's happening with the movie Green Lantern Corps? I mean, obviously, guy with the ball cap was going to be doing that movie, but who knows what's going to be happening. I've told you guys stuff that I heard when it came to how they were going to be connected, which sounded really cool. But Shane Graham-Smith, good old Shane Graham-Smith. He blocked me, by the way. I think I've told you guys this before. This was like years ago. He blocked me when I questioned, because he was really like an advocate for the Ghostbusters 2016 movie, and I was like, yeah, no, Ghostbusters fans don't like that. And then he was making it seem like, well, the Ghostbusters not even a franchise with 2 movies, and I'm like, that you don't know what a franchise is then. It's not just movies. It's comic books. It's cartoons. It's action figures. It's a fucking franchise. And he blocked me because he was wrong. But anyways, Shane Graham-Smith, the showrunner of the upcoming HBO Max live-action Green Lantern series, says the show will be absolutely gigantic. The series will feature a number of Green Lantern Corps members from the DC Comics, including Guy Gardner, which is Finn Wittrock, and Alan Scott. Jeremy Irvine right there. So those two are the only ones that have been cast. And recent history, blah, blah, blah. Talk about this. He says it's going to be, here's his quotes right here. Yeah, that show is gigantic. It has taken quite a bit of time to get to this point, and it's just a big, big undertaking. It's going really well. Is it really? All I can say is that it's going really well, and there are going to be Green Lanterns in it, and it's going to be on HBO Max. Wow! Hey, easy, Graham. You're giving away too much. It's going to have Green Lanterns in it, and it's going to be on HBO Max. Well, shit. It's quite an update. Quite an update. I'll admit, I wasn't like a huge comic book kid. I was a huge movie kid, but he doesn't know what franchises are. And so my introduction to DC Comics came through the 89 Batman movie. When that movie came out, I was like, oh my God, Batman is the coolest. And I started reading Batman comic books, but Green Lantern is something that, to be honest with you, just came to me later. And by the way, of just talking about doing the show. The possibility of doing the show led me down a deep dive of Green Lantern lore. We'll see. It's going to be a while before the world gets to see that, but we are very, very busy at work as we speak. So there you go. There's your Green Lantern show update right there. God knows when we're actually going to be hearing any more about it. Are they going to be casting more characters? Who knows what's going to be happening with the movie? I was hearing great stuff that the show was going to be bouncing around. You had your Alan Scott Lantern back in the past. You had your Jessica Cruz, those characters, the newer Lanterns in present day, and it was going to jump all over the place. It's going to be a story that was connected, which is great. And yeah, we weren't going to have Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan, not till the movie. And that was going to be a very interesting take on an old thing. I was hearing stuff about like Jon Stewart getting secluded on a planet without his powers. Thought that would be a cool little aspect of it. It's supposed to be like, a big intergalactic fight that would connect the movie as well as the show. Who knows if that's even going to be happening now? Who knows? Sounded cool, though. Sounded really cool. So, yeah. Man, yeah. So, we'll see what happens. Just make the movie and not the show. Yeah, they can make both. Let's do both. I don't mind seeing both, right? Both is good. I would actually like to see both because you could really expand that world and you could take your time telling the stories and then lead into the movie and have like that badass movie where, it's supposed to be Lethal Weapon in space. That's what that's what we kind of all were hoping for. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, make both. I'm all about expanding universes. That's why I love it when they're like expanding the Bat universe, Matt Reeves' Bat universe. Keep on expanding the universes. Please do so. Have the main event, but also have all these, other tales that are going to be part of it. I'm all about that. Definitely all about that. So, and last but certainly not least, who wants that Birds of Prey sequel? I know you guys do, right? Yeah. This also came on the heels of today, too, which is interesting. But, this is according to the hashtag show. Obviously, take it with a huge grain of salt. Boop, boop. All right, so here's what they had to say right here. A Birds of Prey sequel without Harley Quinn in development at Warner Brothers. So, yes, an actual authentic Birds of Prey movie. Harley Quinn did not need to be in a movie with Birds of Prey. In the title, should have been called the Harley Quinn movie. The first one, at least. Hello, everyone. Your friendly neighborhood Professor Hulk here. I'm about to drop some knowledge on some exciting stuff going on in the film. Yeah. I can exclusively share that Warner Brothers has greenlit a Birds of Prey sequel. However, it will not feature Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. This explains why Robbie has said that a sequel is not in active development. She is simply not involved. That doesn't make sense. She would probably know that it was still involved. She would be doing something else. She's not part of the Birds of Prey. No plot details are available at the time. The film was very recently, as in within the last few months, greenlit. So an outline is being worked out, and a script is still a ways off. However, we can share some preliminary details based on the information obtained by my sources. Despite not featuring Harley Quinn, the film will still be a continuation of 2020's Birds of Prey, Presumably, dropping Harley Quinn is in response to the title issues and misleading marketing for the last movie. Despite Harley not showing up, Journey Smollett's Black Canary is expected to return. Well, duh, she's one of the fucking birds of prey. Jesus. While Huntress and Renee Montoya were mentioned in the outline I saw, there was no outright confirmation of or mention of casting. However, it's safe to assume that Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Rosie Perez could also return. Can we recast Rosie Perez? Just kidding, it's fine. In the comics, Batgirl is also a member of Birds of Prey, and from the information I saw, Batgirl does appear in this, although again, there was no mention of casting. However, there is a strong possibility that Leslie Grace would continue to play the character in this film. The villain in the outline was the Calculator, with a third act appearance by his created robot assassin, Burn Rate. It was mentioned that, as in the comics, the Calculator will have an obsession with Barbara Gordon, and this obsession will later prove deadly. So there you go, guys. There's some possibility. Take it with a huge grain of salt. Who knows what's actually happening? Could all be bullshit. Could all be BS. But it sounds right. It sounds the first movie should have just been called the Harley Quinn movie or something like that. Who knows? They made a big mistake when they were trying to get that Birds of Prey title out there, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work, and a lot of people were like, what the fuck is this movie? And the movie was pretty messy, but at the same time, it had some likable characters. Journey Smollett. I'm kind of wondering what's going on with her Black Canary movie that got announced, 2 months ago? That was something else that didn't get talked about at DC Fandome. See, that's the thing. It's like, when all this stuff comes out, it's like when you have an event that you can answer so many questions, please do. They should have a whole section at DC Fandom to be like, all right, so remember when this was in development? Well, it's not anymore. Or it's in active development. We have it would just be nice if they would have had at DC Fandom a little update on some of this stuff when it came to Green Lantern, when it came to anything else. Like I said, the Black Canary movie. When it came to this, I don't know. What is Harley Quinn going to be doing next? What's Margot Robbie? Or is there going to be another Suicide Squad? Obviously they were just hitting it hard with Peacemaker, but it's like, give a little update on other stuff too. I think that's what these studios, or at least DC and Warner Brothers, need to take that time to be like, hey, certain things are happening. Don't worry. Because, I know Scott McClellan, he has a whole list of all the movies that were in development at one point that are just, who knows what's going on with them now. So just would have been nice. Just would have been kind of nice. So, what can you do? But there you go. So it makes sense. Birds of Prey without Harley Quinn and with Batgirl. Actually, Birds of Prey. Makes sense. So, Calculator, though. Interesting. Interesting choice for a villain. Not too many people know about that character. Not a very known character, so that's good. That's good. All right. So that's all the topics that we talked about today, huh? I think that's pretty good. So let's go to those tweets. Let's go to the tweet questions. Dodgers are coming back a little bit. It's 5-2, so not too shabby. We'll see what happens. See if they fully come back. That'd be crazy. If the Dodgers fully come back to this game, they definitely are going to be taking the series. Definitely going to be taking the series. They'll definitely be taking the series on this if they come back. Oops, hit the wrong button there. All right, let's see what's going on here. What you guys asking me? All right, so Mr. Eric M. Blake. So it's taking insanely long. It's taking insanely long for the Green Lantern projects to even start pre-production, and they had ZACK remove Jon Stewart. How'd that work out? Yeah, it didn't work out great. Guy with the ball cap. Did not know what the fuck he was doing. It's like, it's so stupid. I know, it is so stupid. It's like you literally had Green Lantern that could be established, and they forced ZACK to remove that character, all because they were going to set up the show and the movie that still has yet to happen. It's crazy. Claytalian, I don't think anyone has asked this, but do you think there is a chance Jeremy Irons could have any type of brief appearance in The Flash? It's a good question. He might. You never know. He might. We don't know Affleck's full role, and I feel it'd totally be doable for Alfred to be speaking to him during the bike chase or something. That's very true. Irons could be coming back and just doing like, hey, let me just sitting in the chair in the Batcave talking to Bruce. That'd be pretty sweet. Definitely good. That's definitely doable. So I would not be surprised. That would be awesome. Mr. Brad Coran. So, how deep do you think the cleaning will be post-merger, do you think? Also, think we'll hear more news about that Frosty movie soon, right? I'm surprised they didn't announce like a fucking Mrs. Claus or like an Easter Bunny movie starring Gal Gadot. I'm surprised that didn't happen today. Thank you for showing off the DC Fandom merch the other day. I didn't know about it. I got some badass gear. I know I need to order my Batman shirt. And I do actually want that Black Adam shirt, too. That looks pretty cool. So, you're welcome, sir. Yeah. DC Titans shirt. Cool. Carrie. Live look at Zaslav when he was told about Ruby Rose's IG post this morning. Yeah. So, how much longer do you think Berlanti will last with this? Another friend of Jeff Johns who likely protected him. I truly hope Zaslav has a long line of people to fire. Oh, I'm sure he's probably got his own little book. He's got a notepad or a book or something. And he's definitely realizing who needs to fucking go. Ronak. Now that we saw the tone of the Batman movie, I think there are more chances of Phoenix Joker in the trilogy. What do you think? I don't think so. Because this is modern day and Joker was in the 80s. So that'd be like 30 years ago. And Joaquin Phoenix, I mean, like, let's face it, Arthur Fleck was not a young man then. So I just don't see that happening. Unless the multiverse and time travel opens up, which I don't think that's going to be the case. Ryan, hey Dave, not sure if you saw my tweet at you earlier, but I was surprised to see Grace trending. Looks like she got redemption too. Yeah, Grace Randolph was trending today, guys, because it's always interesting because there are people that absolutely loathe that woman and say that everything that she talks about is wrong. It's all wrong. She's always wrong. 100% wrong. They always go back to the Wonder Woman Flashpoint thing. That is always the example. And then you got people who love her and say she's always right. She's always right. Everything she says is always right. It's like, newsflash, people, she does not have a 0 batting average or batting 1,000, okay? Sometimes she gets things right. Sometimes she doesn't, okay? Let's acknowledge that. Apparently today she was talking about there were Spider-Man No Way Home test screenings that people saw, and apparently some people took pictures too that actually confirmed that. Who knows if it's all legit? And a lot of people were calling her out for being wrong about that they weren't doing any test screenings and whatnot. She does get a lot of heat. And yet she's still killing it. So, respect. But yeah, but she's not always right. She's not always wrong. Let's stop doing that shit. I hate that. Kevin, Batman fan. No matter what Warner Brothers TV does, the Ruby Rose situation cannot be ignored because she has evidence of her injuries and more evidence yet to come. Thoughts? Yeah, you're right. If her story is totally legit and she has a timeline and she says she has a documented timeline, they're fucked. They're fucked. I mean, we'll see. There might be some people that come out against her that worked with her. That could be a problem too for her, but who knows? I'm just curious to see more information and what happens. You know, I'm not going to just immediately go like, oh, I'm 100% believe. Can't do that. But like I said, listening to her story doesn't really sound like shit's made up. Das it, tiap mat. Das it. If I'm saying that right, whatever. Not related to the the Ruby Rose thing, probably, but there's still stuff to drop regarding Warner Brothers' behavior. You know this, Dave. I'm curious. How deep does this rabbit hole go? Oh, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, there's going to be more. I've been saying that there's still going to be more when it comes to even stuff with ZACK, I would say. There's still going to probably be more stuff with that. I mean, you guys realize he has not yet released that full-on image of Wayne T. Carr as Green Lantern. We've only seen like a picture of him holding the phone. He has not fully released the full-on shot. I'm just wondering when he's actually going to full-on drop that shot and then I'm going to be like, okay, another bomb is going to come on, is going to be dropped. So I would be, I'm definitely if he drops that shot, because he resisted dropping that shot. Marco Man TV, do you think that I can never say her name right, Javasia, Leslie, Ryan Wilder, and Wallace Day, new Kate Kane, will be aware of the response? Also, I made a video on replacing Kate Kane with a new character and how there was no point of any of this new character idea. Yeah. Oh, no, it's how not to replace. Yeah, they kind of did a crappy job. And I forgot that Wallace Day came back, and she's actually going to be she was going to be the new Kate. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to it. How Miss Leslie is going to respond now that she's currently Batgirl, and how Wallace Day will respond. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. That's what I'm curious to see. John Murdoch Wayne, much like how Ray's accusations against Joss opened the floodgates for more allegations against him, I hope Ruby's opens the floodgates against those in power at CWWB. I smell Kim Masters' article and plenty of WB pig shit, I guess. Bullshit. Sorry, that's not a pig, that's a bull. Coming soon. Hashtag I stand with Ruby Rose. Hashtag I stand with Ray Fisher. Yep, there's definitely going to be some more stuff. It would be cool if Kim Masters did write another piece. It would be cool if it incorporated Ray Fisher too. We can get another thing from him. I know things have been... I'm not really quiet. Ray has actually been pretty vocal because there's been a lot of DC stuff in the news, obviously with DC Fandome and everything. But yeah, it would be interesting. And then, but again, just the discourse when it comes to Gal and not doing enough for Ray. And I always find that funny because I'm like, well, what about like Ben or Ezra? I mean, you're sitting here like accusing Gal for not doing a lot, but I'm like, what's going on? I mean, these guys haven't said a damn thing, and they're actually in more movies. I just kind of wonder about that. I'm like, why are you throwing her under the bus? Yeah. When they had two different experiences. Everybody's having different experiences when it comes to all this. That's the thing. And it's going to be, I'm curious to see other people from Batwoman or even CW in general, who's going to come out later this week. I'm sure we're going to get something more tomorrow, the next day, maybe this weekend, early next week. We'll probably get some more stuff. I mean, it's fucked up. I mean, a lot of the stuff that she said in there was fucked up. It was really messed up. And I was one of those people like thinking that, oh yeah, she's probably just some diva or whatever. She seems like it. But I'm glad to say that I'd be wrong to make that assumption right there. I mean, we don't know all the full details. I mean, there could be cast members that come out against her. Who knows? That's what we got to wait for. But right now, I'm just kind of going like, oh, take that back. Sounds like she had a pretty fucking awful time on that set. I definitely take that back. Definitely take that back. But at the time, that's what the whole thing was, oh, yeah, she just doesn't want to do it anymore. That's what was in the media. She doesn't want to do it anymore. So it's just kind of like, yeah, she's probably just acting like a diva. And other people are still saying that she was. I saw a couple threads where she was still saying that they were acting like a diva, but maybe not anymore. So anyways, guys, hey, we got Mr. Master Swag King here. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, is a Fandom like, we having some arguments, some laughter going on right here. Come on. Anyways, guys, all right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Appreciate you guys clicking in as per usual. Go ahead and smash that like, thumbs up before you take off. And hit that join button. Make sure you're subscribed. Got the Patreon right there. Going to be doing the Patreon stream this weekend. So if you want to be a part of it, become part of the Patreon. Be a patron, and we can do some live chatting. It's been a little over a month, so it'd be nice to talk to those guys again. Always have a good time. And then, of course, you got merchandise down below with shirts and stickers. You got this shirt down there, too. If you want to get this Keaton shirt with the 89 logo, go for it. Yeah, like I said, it's Wednesday, so no Film Junkie Live tomorrow. Look forward to my first reaction of Dune. I'm seeing it tomorrow at 6 p.m., so I'll be having my first reaction up tomorrow. And then, of course, the vodka stream will be, of course, this Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, all right, guys, I love ya, and I'll see you guys Friday for sure. All right, see you later.